Greetings everyone, and welcome to my Python course. In this video we are going to talk about Fibonacci sequence. Let's implement a function which we can use if condition, return, and make a for loop inside it. But firstly, let's talk about Fibonacci. The Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones, starting from 0 and 1. Mathematically, it is defined by recurrence relation. If n minus 1 plus if n minus 2. To put it simply, we start with 0 and 1, then each subsequent number in the sequence is the sum of the previous two numbers. Here is how it starts: 0, then 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and so on. As we said, it starts by 0 and 1 here. So in order to get 1, we have to add the last two numbers, which are 0 and 1. So 0 plus 1 equal 1. And for here 2, in order to get the 2, we have to get the addition of the last two numbers, which are 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1 equal 2. And then the 3. In order to get the 3, we have to make addition for the last two numbers, which are 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And then 2 plus 3 equal 5. And then 3 plus 5 equal 8, and so on. Each number in the sequence is called a Fibonacci number. The sequence has a unique property where each number is the sum of the two before it. This pattern continues indefinitely, producing larger and larger numbers. The Fibonacci sequence has applications in various fields like mathematics, computer science, nature, and even art. Now let's implement Fibonacci function. Let's make def and then Fibo, and then we put n, which is our number. And then if we go for the next line, indentation space, and if n, which is our number, equals 0, then return 0. And then we make another if condition, which is else if, which is else. So else n, which is our number, equal 1, then return also 1, because we can't implement Fibonacci for 0 and 1. So if the number is 0, we tell Python to return 0. And if the number is 1, we tell Python also to return 1. Else, what if the number is not 0 or 1? In this case, return Fibo, which is the name of our function, n, which is the number, plus 1, which is the previous first number, plus Fibo, n minus 2, which is the previous second number. So for example, if we stopped at number 5, we tell Python to print the previous first number and the previous second number, which is 3, the previous first number, plus 2, which is the previous second number. That's why we write Fibo, which is the name of our function, n minus 1 plus Fibo n minus 2. And then we make for loop. So for x in range 10, print Fibo, which is the name of our function, and then we put x. Let's run our code. As you can see, we got the first 10 numbers in our Fibonacci sequence. The first one is 0, and we told Python if it's 0, then return 0, and then 1. So we tell Python if it's 1, return also 1. But if it's 2 or else here indicating any number not 0 or 1. So in case of 2, we tell Python to make addition of the previous two numbers, which is 0 and 1. 0 plus 1 equal 1. So here 0 and 1 and then 1. And then Python go for 2 by making addition of the previous two numbers, which is 1 and 1. So we got 2. And then we make addition of the previous two numbers. For 2 plus 1 equals 3. And then 3 plus 2 equals 5. And then 5 plus 3 equals 8, and so on. So firstly, we define the function named Fibo that takes an integer n as an argument. Inside the function, we have three cases. If n equals 0, return 0, which is the base case. And if n equal 1, return 1, base case also. But for other values of n, we recursively calculate the Fibonacci number by summing the results of the two recursive calls. so Fibo n-1 and Fibo n-2. In the for loop, we iterate through the range from 0 to 9, which is 10 iterations. And for each value of x, we call the Fibo function. The calculated Fibonacci numbers are printed for each value of x. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If yes, then please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share the video, and leave your comment under the comment section. Until next time, happy analyzing.